It is always great to see our friend, the man himself, John Schneider. I feel like he's been on the show like 3 times. He's friend of show now.
He definitely is.
He should be part of our cast now, John.
Yeah.
We're so glad you're here. You're going to be at Springfield.
In this big box in the middle of your set. Yes.
You could just stay here all the time if you want. Just make commentary.
There you go. I love it. Love it.
John, it's so good to see you. And you're going to be at the Springfield Raceway on Saturday, November 6th. We're so glad you're coming to Springfield.
I know, I am too. It's going to be so great. We're doing a what we call Bo's Extravaganza. We've got VIP tickets, which means we have an opportunity for meet and greet where we have lunch and we sit around and talk about Dukes or Smallville or Nip Tuck or whatever you want to talk about. Or your pillows. We could talk about your beautiful pillows and your
nice
decorating
pillow,
there.
Yes.
And then we have music.
Pillows.
I'm bringing my Stars and Bars band. I'm bringing my friend Cody McCarver from Confederate Railroad. And then we are going to race. My wife and I don't just love to watch racing. We actually race. So we get out there in the middle of it, in the hornet's nest, in those corners, racing dirt track, going as fast as we can and having a great, great time. So if you want to come out and watch the guy from Dukes of Hazzard really race, not just TV race, then this is where you want to be. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Great food, great friends. I tell people, come on out and make a new friend and be a new friend. That's the most important thing right now.
Exactly. And John, you were into cars and racing before you were ever on the show with your car and your racing. Plus, you're getting to do all the things you love to do. You're singing the national anthem, and you got your band. All the things coming together that you love.
You know, it's great. The only thing that's missing is I don't have a crochet booth, because I also like to crochet. But maybe I'll bring that.
John
to the
Schneider.
Awesome.
Guess what? I crochet. My grandmother taught me to crochet when I was 7. I have crocheted Afghans.
Mine too.
What?
Mine too.
Oh my goodness, that's a lost art. You guys should teach that.
That's what's in our spare time. Yeah, we'll teach.
Yes,
we'll teach how to crochet beautiful fall burnt orange pillows.
Hey, John, I'll meet you there at the racetrack with some orange yarn and my size G hook, and we're going to start crocheting.
Okay, we'll do that. It's so great. It's a great pastime. I love to do it. And you know, I'm a magician, so when I was a kid, that was a great way to keep my fingers working the proper way. So I love it. Come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Really, do the VIP thing. It's more expensive than general admission, but if you want to just hang out, that's what we do in VIP. It's not like a NASCAR race where somebody says, "Here you go. Here you go."
Yeah.
No,
Right.
We hang out. We have a good time. You can ask me any questions about anything you want. And I think we may be having General Lee rides.
Yes, you are. I read that.
Yeah,
It's
Yes.
going to be a lot of fun. So if you ever wanted to go out in the General Lee with me driving, and you wanted to be, the Luke part, you wanted to ride in the passenger seat, then by all means, come on out. Gonna be fun. Music, food, autographs, hanging out, and racing. And it's all going to be right there in Springfield at the Speedway. I can't wait.
That sounds great. And I understand that your wife is quite a competitor. That is one of your things. You and her like to compete.
Yeah,
on the track.
absolutely. She's tough as a Waffle House steak. So yeah, I'm very excited about racing her. The last race we did, which was weekend before last, I won, but I really only won by proxy because I finished the race and she didn't.
Oh.
Now the week before that, she finished the race and I didn't. So we have yet to have. Maybe it's this time, or we'll actually have this, neck and neck at the finish line. Or really, I'll be up here and she'll be way back here. She's right there.
She's right.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
off camera.
She's listening to all of
Oh,
you.
yeah. She's like,
We're excited that you're coming because the fans really do love you. There's a feeling of really like knowing you.
Yeah.
Do you mind if fans accidentally call you Bo? Is that okay on accident?
No, it's fine. But, they also call me Jonathan. The Smallville fans
Oh, right. Yes.
are pretty strong as well. And the Haves and Have-Nots is a show that was on for 8 years. We just had our season finale about 2 months ago. So when people come up, I can usually tell if they're like this, it's Bo. If they're like this, it's Jonathan. But if they're like this, it's Jim Pryor from the Haves and Have-Nots.
Oh my gosh.
So whatever they want to call me is fine. Just don't call me late for trick-or-treating.
Oh, gotcha.
No way.
So you are a great patriot too. We do appreciate that, and that I love that you are actually doing the national anthem. So we love.
And you know what? When I do the national anthem, I explain it. I explain it to people. I ask them to consider the actual words to the national anthem. And it's not just a song that celebrities get to show off with before a sporting event. It is a question. And the question is, oh, say, can you see, is our flag, I won't go through the whole thing here, but is our flag still waving over the land of the free and the home of the brave? And there's a very specific historic reason why that question was asked. It had to do with the British tearing it down with fire from ships, with a battle from ships. So it's pretty important part of what we do. I want to remind people that we do live in the greatest country in the world. We are, if you will, the city on the hill. And just because a very small group of very loud, obnoxious people are telling us that we are not the greatest country in the world does not make it so. What makes it so is you and me.
Yeah.
We agree, John.
We totally agree.
You're getting me all emotional now.
know.
I would like to hear you explain the Star Spangled Banner just because it does have such a powerful meaning when you break it down. So I'm glad you do that.
And it means more when in times like these. It means more. And I always used to wonder growing up, oh, why is everybody displaying their flag? And I understand. I understand.
Right, and in the Star Spangled Banner is also included why we don't let the flag touch the ground, why we have fireworks. It's all there. So come on out to the Speedway. We're going to have a great time. There'll be a little educational moment. Bring your crochet hooks. Bring any color yarn you want, because we don't discriminate against any color yarn. And of course, I am in favor of orange.
I'm doing it, John.
All inclusive. I love it.
I'm doing it. You can catch him
hey, folks,
Saturday, November 6th.
Go to JohnSchneiderStudios.com if you want to see some of the movies that we've been making. We did a wonderful tribute to Smokey and the Bandit called Stand On It. If you love Smokey and the Bandit, you love Dukes of Hazzard, I promise you're going to love Stand On It. It's Southern horsepower comedy at its best. That's at JohnSchneiderStudios.com.
November 6th, right here in Springfield.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome. You all take care.
Yeah,
Have a
see you
wonderful,
soon.
wonderful rest of your day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, when we come back, gonna check on what Cammy can do.
That's right.
Oh, such a good idea. That was so nice. I kind of want to bring my yarn now.
You should.